Well, viewers of the show understand that I adhere to a few basic policies, one of which is whatever Canada is doing legislatively, do the opposite. But I may have to expand that policy to include France. And here's the latest reason why. The country has banned short-haul flights in the name of reducing carbon emissions. This applies to any destinations within France that can be reached in under 2.5 hours of a driving time. How long before this craziness gets to America?
Not long at all. I mean, what we see happens in Europe comes to the United States shortly. This has been part of a long-planned effort to fulfill the World Economic Forum's vision of, you'll own nothing, be happy. Well, this is you will go nowhere and be happy. And we're already seeing Bloomberg News is reporting that the idea of cheap airline travel in Europe is a thing of the past as, quote, climate compliance rules, unquote, get more and more strict. What they're doing is their government is banning these short-haul flights, forcing people into cars with a much higher death rate, by the way. You're much more likely to get in a car crash and die than a plane crash, number one. But this is the idea of that we're doing this to save the planet. Now, the French government admitted that this isn't even going to impact CO2 emissions. So it's actually completely symbolic in terms of the planet or the environment, but it's actually a major imposition on the French citizens. And it's spreading to Germany, Austria, other countries in Europe, and you can bet Canada is going to jump on this bandwagon. It's a net zero commitment. The BBC has already said, what would a flying free world look like? The fix is in, and it is coming to the United States. Their goal is to make this global and put restrictions. We already see the city of Oxford putting in 15-minute cities, hearkening back to the days of East Germany with travel restrictions. Let me see your papers. You cannot leave your sector. That's what we're dealing with here. This is spreading. And it started in Europe, by the way, going after the food supply, going after high-yield agriculture and animal agriculture. And guess what? John Kerry announced last week that agriculture is now in the climate targets in the United States. So they're going to go for food first, and then our transportation. They're already banning gas-powered cars, creating intentional car shortages. They are abolishing the middle class. They are treating us like the unwashed masses, and they are literally going to make it so that vacations and seaside vacations are going to be a thing of only the wealthy. That's the goal of this. That's what they mean when they say you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, you'll go nowhere.
It's like the Hunger Games. Before I let you go, though, every part of this climate agenda is somehow inconveniencing literally everybody on Earth. So why do people go along with it when none of their predictions have come true?
Well, this is almost like a religious fanaticism. It's the idea of we have to do this. The United Nations tops. In fact, you can't even disagree with the UN. They did a partnership with Google. They own the science, So they're doing it in order to achieve this utopian vision, and it's like they're imposing a religion, a austerity upon the rest of us. And by golly, they're going to make it happen. They're collapsing our energy, our food, our transportation, our free speech. And this is all through corporate government collusion, mostly without an ounce of democracy, just like COVID, when they closed schools and churches and work or issued stay-at-home orders and canceled weddings, funerals, and medical procedures. All of that was done without a single vote. It was done because the virus demanded it. Well, now they changed the word virus to the climate demands it.